dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke, and I welcome you all to the MCGM's virtual classroom.
My dear students, today in the political science, we'll be learning the topic India's foreign policy. We have already completed the first part of this lesson, and in that we discussed about the meaning and importance of foreign policy, national interest and foreign policy, then the factors influencing foreign policy, and in that geographical location, political system, national leadership and administrative factors. And now today we are going to discuss about India's foreign policy. After taking this preliminary information about foreign policy, we shall now get to know more about India's foreign policy. After India gained independence from the United Kingdom in 1947, it soon joined the Commonwealth nations and strongly supported independence movements in other colonies like the Indonesian National Revolution. During the Cold War, India adopted a foreign policy of not aligning itself with any major power bloc. कोल्ड वॉर के समय में किसी भी एक पावर ब्लॉक के पक्ष में भारत ने अपनी भूमिका नहीं ली, उससे वो दूर रहा. However, India developed close ties with the Soviet Union and received extensive military support from it. The end of the Cold War significantly affected India's foreign policy. The dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991, India began to review its foreign policy in an unipolar world and took steps to develop closer ties with the European Union and the United States. Most Indians agree that its first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, had defined a unique foreign policy for India at the very dawn of its independence, and which was not very easy task. Since the 1990s, though, the challenge for the Indian leaders has been to reinterpret Nehru's ideas to suit the new political context that had confronted it. The directive principles of state policy have laid down guidelines about how to shape foreign policy, and in this, Article 51 among the directive principles of state policy lay down the broad framework for foreign policy, that is promotion or to promote international peace and security, maintain just and honorable relations between nations, and foster respect for international law and encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitration. So here peace, the important thing, then to foster respect and settlement. According to it, India should give priority to safeguard international peace and security and resolve our international problems and disputes by peaceful means. So the objective of our foreign policy should be to maintain friendly relations with neighboring countries. Friendly relations with neighboring countries ensure that the defense and security of India is not affected, not to compromise about the geographical boundaries of the nation, protect the unity and integrity of the country, protect the interests of India's citizens living in other countries. That responsibility is fulfilled by the Indian embassies there to establish economic and commercial relations with other countries for achieving economic development of India. So, these are the objectives of India's foreign policy: to maintain friendly relations with neighboring countries, protect unity and integrity of the country, protect interests of India's citizens living in other countries also, and to establish economic and commercial relations. All these points are taken into consideration while discussing or while planning India's foreign policy. We shall take a review of India's foreign policy in two stages, that is, the period from independence to 1990 can be considered as the first stage, and second stage would be from 1990 till date. So, now the early phase or first stage about which we are going to talk. Prime Minister Pandit Nehru shaped India's foreign policy in early period. He opposed colonialism through India's foreign policy. He took an internationalist position and gave the global peace and security. Now here one thing which is very important to understand, 1947 को जैसे हम आज़ाद हुए तो ये कुछ इजी टास्क नहीं था इंटरनेशनल पॉलिटिक्स में इंडिया को एक इम्पोर्टेंट जगह बनाने का, जगह देने का, लेकिन पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने वो करके दिखाया बाय टेकिंग different decisions and by implementing different policies. Influenced India's foreign policy in this period. We made an effort to understand all international events and developments independently without any pressure from any power. Peace has always been a central feature of India's foreign policy. The threats from China and Pakistan were also into account. One more features of India's foreign policy at his time was the insistence of self-reliance. In the beginning, India decided to improve relations with countries in Asia. Efforts were taken to cooperate with Asian countries in order to achieve development and to keep our independence intact. This concept of regional development later expanded to include Africa as well, but some Asian African countries participated in the military pacts led either by America or the Soviet Union. And as we know now, peace was at the center of India's foreign policy, so they stopped the process of regional development, and after this, countries of Asia and Africa which did not participate in these military pacts supported the concept of non-alignment. So, peace and freedom became the fundamental principles of non-aligned policy. Non-alignment, it is integral part of India's foreign policy even after the end of Cold War. The vitality of non-alignment can be realized from the fact that it has not only helped in securing friendship and cooperation, promoting world peace. India and NAM countries played a vital role in Cold War politics by acting as a third force to reduce the tension. ए और बी, ये जो दो टीम थे फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर में, सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर में, एंड देन ऑल्सो आफ्टर इन कोल्ड वॉर, इंडिया और इंडिया के साथ जो भी कंट्रीज थी उन्होंने ना ए टीम में गए ना बी टीम में गए, उन्होंने अपना एक अलग थर्ड पावर बना दिया. Opposition to colonialism and imperialism. India firmly stands in opposition to any form of colonialism and imperialism. It is with this line of thinking that India played a major role in liberating the newly independent countries of Asia, Africa from colonial shackles. And this one, the important thing. In this period, India had to face conflict with neighboring countries, and in this, the name of Pakistan. Wars happened between India and Pakistan over the Kashmir question in 1947, 48 and 1965. And in the third war that happened in 1971, Pakistan broke apart and independent Bangladesh was created. In the decade of the 1970s, there came about some stability in India's foreign policy. India had risen as a powerful regional power in South Asia by conducting nuclear tests in 1974, which was the first nuclear weapon explosion of India. India has also proved her nuclear capability, and from 1980 some changes began to take place. In order to increase cooperation among South Asian countries, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, this one, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, that is SAARC, was established. India initiated a dialogue to improve relations with China. India also started interaction with America for cooperation in the field of security. So here from 1970 or in the decade of 1980, we can see that the important changes in the India's foreign policy. Now the non-aligned movement. India adopted the policy of non-alignment in the context of the Cold War. If we talk about the first stage, that is from 1947 to 1990, and because of this, priority was given to maintaining friendly relations with all nations and to taking the help required for development from different countries. Due to the policy of non-alignment, India could get aid from both the superpowers, and this was the success of India's foreign policy. अगर किसी एक टीम में इंडिया ने पार्टिसिपेट किया होता तो दूसरी पावर ऑटोमेटिकली एनिमी की लिस्ट में आ जाती, लेकिन किसी एक का सपोर्ट ना लेने से दोनों जो टीम थी, दोनों जो पावर थी, दोनों से इंडिया को हेल्प मिली. There is a lot stress on improving or strengthening India's defense because the technology required for this was imported, and in this Soviet Union, France and Germany helped India. India faced challenges during this period, and this included the conflict with Pakistan, creation of Bangladesh and conflict with China. India proved her nuclear capability by conducting nuclear tests in 1974. Now, the second stage of India's foreign policy, that is from 1991 to till date. India's foreign policy became more comprehensive and dynamic in the second stage. In the post-Cold War period, the priority no longer remained to political and military relations. Several other dimensions like economy, trade, education and technology got included in foreign policy. अब फॉरेन पॉलिसी एक वास्ट टर्म बन गया. It was not only related with the security and peace, but the things like economy, trade, education and technology included in the concept of foreign policy. After 1991, India reduced the government controls over the economy and adopted free market policy. And because of this, there was an increase in trade with neighboring countries. Our share in the world trade increased and efforts began to be made to increase the rate of economic growth. In the decade after 1990, our relations with the South Asian countries like Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, etc. became stronger. Our trade exchange with Israel, Japan, China and European Union increased. So in short or in general we can say इंडिया की फॉरेन पॉलिसी जो थी अब पूरी दुनिया को कवर कर रही थी. किसी ना किसी वजह से हमारे रिलेशंस हर एक देश से हो रहे थे. India began to participate in organizations at the international and regional levels more than before. For example, G20 and BRICS, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Our relations with America strengthened. Mutual trust between India and America grew. India's status rose in the international community. And India's nuclear policy is an important part of India's foreign policy. You must have studied the meaning of nuclear energy and its uses in subjects like history, geography or in chemistry. So having understood the importance of nuclear power, which is important thing in shaping the foreign policy of any country, India undertook the nuclear energy program immediately after independence. And for this, we established the Department of Atomic Energy and the Indian Atomic Energy Commission. The first chairman of the Indian Atomic Energy Commission was Dr. Homi Bhabha. Even though electricity generation was the main purpose behind the program, it also aimed at creating military capability. India conducted her first nuclear test in 1974. India built nuclear weapons and conducted nuclear tests in 1998. We have also made missiles carrying nuclear weapons, and the Air Force and the Navy have been enabled for carrying them. So all these things are very important as per the foreign policy and to maintain peace and security of the country. So if you talk about today, India is a country which has nuclear weapons and we have accepted the role of responsible nuclear power. India has been consistently supporting efforts for disarmament, because it is India's position that there should be peace and security in the world. So again and again and again, two words which are very important when we talk about India's foreign policy, that we Indians prefer peace and security not only of the country but the peace and security of the world. So having taken a survey of foreign policy in this way, we are going to study India's defense system in the next lesson. Subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications.
So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.